Evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
So, I've been planning to meet all of you guys for a long time now, but because of all of these engagements, I couldn't arrange this session. So I think most of you have taken at least one mock.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many of us have joined? 25 around. 22. Okay. So we'll start, I think, one by one. We will start with your queries. This session is basically, I want to address the queries that most of you are having, because in mocks, I was trying to give you individual feedback. Okay. I was trying to address the issues that you personally were having. Today, we will try to take collective queries, and based on your own personal challenges and, what are your ideas about the interview, we will try to, approach the coming days, how we can, balance out the things. So anyone can start. You can pitch in with your queries, and let's see.
Sir, may I?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to know whether psychometric test is going to take place or not.
See, as of now, I think in the whatever intimation have you received, I think there is no intimation for the psychometric test. Is there?
No, sir.
Yeah. So I think we will wait for the letter to come. And as far as the psychometric test is concerned, I don't think you guys need to bother about the psychometric test as such. Psychometric test is basically the testing of your personality, your responses to situations. They will put you in situations and try to assess your responses. So I don't think you need any tutoring or anything of that sort. As raw as possible, you should go for the psychometric test. And don't need to bother, don't make it हुआ मत बना लो उसको कि psychometric test है तो क्या हो जाएगा क्या नहीं होगा. Just relax. See, interview and psychometric test, what is the idea? First of all, I think let's hear it from you. What do you think is the idea of a psychometric test and the interview? What are they trying to test?
So they want
Sir,
to
in my
know the personality of an individual.
Go ahead.
Sir, I believe the
Sir.
consistency of this psychology of
I
a
think-
person.
Yeah. One by one, I think. Yeah. Introduce yourself first and then.
Sir, my name is Abhishek. I think that the psychometric and the subsequent interview needs to wants to have a analysis whether there is consistency in the point of view of a person or not.
That's absolutely correct. Do you need any tutoring for that? I think if you try to, many people will tell you, many coaching centers will tell you कि आप अपना साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट और अपना इंटरव्यू को मैच करने की कोशिश करो. क्या आप ऐसा कर सकते हो? आप में से कोई भी? मैं नहीं कर सकता. I cannot do that. And we should not try to do that also. We should try to be as honest. See, जितना आप integrity के साथ behave करेंगे इंटरव्यू में भी और साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट में भी, उतना आपके लिए अच्छा रहेगा. It will be the best. जितना हम, we'll try to make up something, we'll try to cook up a story, we'll try to behave in a way which is unbecoming of an officer and also unbecoming of the real us. We have to be authentic. We have to be genuinely authentic in the interview. That is how, things gonna be. Yeah. Anyone else wants to pitch in?
Sir, I have a problem.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Actually, the first one is that I've done my engineering, I've done my graduation in electrical engineering. So, sir, can you guide me what type of questions they can ask from this background?
What is your engineering major?
Sir, electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. I don't think they will delve too much into your graduation subjects. You should mostly be well versed with what are the basic concepts like electrical circuits, microprocessors. ये सब चीजें आप पढ़ो. दूसरा, what is that transmission line में वो जो transmission loss होता है, AT and C losses, that you should be. They might focus more on the practical aspect of your engineering. When did you finish your engineering?
Sir, 2022.
It's quite fresh. So they can ask things, but they will mostly focus on the applied part. Engineering I will club in general. You should read about the IoT, about the chat GPT का भी deep fake technology is emerging. Robotics is there. Cyber security, those from the technical background, right? Cyber security pe you should have an expertise. Okay. You should have a lot of, you should do a thorough research on that and try to be thorough with that. So mostly focus on that. Revise basic concepts. ज़्यादा अंदर मत घुसो. तो मैंने जैसे जो मॉक में ले चुका हूँ उसमें भी मैंने यही बताया कि जो इंटरव्यू में आप इंट्रोडक्शन में अगर वो पूछेंगे, इफ दे आस्क यू अबाउट इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ, समटाइम्स दे मे नॉट, ओके, उसमें आप वो चीजें मेंशन करो जिस पे आप बात करना चाहते हो. हर इंसान की कुछ ना कुछ स्ट्रांग और वीक एरियाज होते हैं, तो आप अपने स्ट्रांग एरिया पे फोकस करो, इंटरव्यू को अपने स्ट्रांग एरिया की तरफ स्टीयर करके लेके जाओ. ओके, I think that is the correct approach to go for the I think your graduation subjects, and for the other people also with other subjects in their graduation, go through the basics. Just don't delve too much deep. Now today is I think 7th of October. Interviews start on 16th. All right. So hardly we have less than 2 weeks. All right. Please keep your phone on mute who is not speaking. Okay. Let's maintain some decorum. Yeah. So in these 2 weeks, you should focus mostly on covering topics that are most likely to be asked in the exam. As I've mentioned in the mocks also, you can note down these things which I'll be mentioning. You can start, if we start with India. So first of all, yeah, you can take your pen and paper. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, first of all of you,
Yes, sir.
do a thorough research on your biodata. Point number one. I think told in one of the mock interviews also, I would suggest all of you to maybe cut off from the entire world for a couple of hours. Take 2 hours all by yourself, sit with yourself, maybe go in a park or somewhere, take a pen and paper and jot down your life from, when you were born till now. Jot down in detail, maybe 4 or 5 pages. Write it down in detail, every minute detail that you can recollect. Do that. I will tell you the importance of this exercise. Why this becomes important is it will help you know yourself completely. And mostly when they ask in the interview about your SWOT analysis, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, you don't have to make up at that time. You will naturally know what are my areas of strength, what you have to know yourself inside out. So this small exercise of 2 hours is going to be instrumental. See, interview में ना आपको कुछ बनना नहीं है वहां पे, आपको खुद को ही बनना है. जो आप हो वही आपको बेस्ट रिफ्लेक्ट करना है वहां पे. अगर कुछ और बनने की कोशिश करोगे तो कहीं ना कहीं you will lose out on being authentic. We will come up because they will find out the people are having more than 35 years of experience in service and very senior people. जैसे आप इंटरव्यू रूम में वॉक करके जाओगे तभी आपके नंबर डिसाइड हो जाएंगे कि इस बंदे को इतने नंबर देने हैं. बिकॉज आपकी चाल, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस, आपका जो पहनावा है, हाउ यू प्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ, हाउ यू सिट, हाउ यू इनिशिएट अ कॉन्वर्सेशन, व्हाट इज योर वे ऑफ आर्टिकुलेशन, वो सारा उनको एट अ स्प्लिट ऑफ अ सेकंड. एंड द एंटायर इंटरव्यू इज द कंफर्मेशन ऑफ दैट परसेप्शन. जो इंटरव्यू 15-20 मिनट का आपका होगा, उसमें जो परसेप्शन उन्होंने बनाया आपको लेके, उसको वो डिसाइड करेंगे कि एक्चुअली ये परसेप्शन क्या थी. ओके. सेकेंडली, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट योर प्रोफाइल, अपना जो होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट है उसके बारे में यू शुड नो. आपका होम डिस्ट्रिक्ट, फॉर एग्जांपल समवन वाज फ्रॉम झांसी, तो झांसी के बारे में आई आस्क्ड दैट क्वेश्चन अबाउट ओरछा पैलेस. तो ओरछा की हिस्ट्री पता होनी चाहिए आपको जो झांसी से है. उसी तरह जो आगरा से है, वो चीजें नहीं ताजमहल के बारे में जो सबको पता है, समथिंग दैट मे इंट्रीग द एग्जामिनर, उस तरह का कुछ. मथुरा में है तो किस तरह का है. समवन इज फ्रॉम बेंगलुरु, आई आस्क्ड अबाउट हम्पी, तो हम्पी के बारे में उनको कुछ ऐसी चीजें जो हम नॉर्मली नहीं बता पाते, उस तरह के कुछ सवाल. कोई जम्मू कश्मीर से है तो उसको J&K की मिलिटेंसी के बारे में अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए. समवन इज फ्रॉम नॉर्थ ईस्ट, तो उसको अब द आइडिया इज अपने इलाके के बारे में आपको ज्यादा अच्छे से पता होना चाहिए, बिकॉज देन यू कम अक्रॉस एज एन observant person, and being an observant person is critical to your job in the bureau. Okay, so be observant and try to do these things. इसके बाद अपनी state के बारे में I asked questions about governors of states to various people from there. The idea was, are you aware of about your surroundings, what is happening? आपको पता होना चाहिए. ये आपकी नॉलेज टेस्ट करने के लिए नहीं होता है, ये आपकी अवेयरनेस, आप अपने परिप्रेक्ष्य के बारे में, अपने आसपास की जो सराउंडिंग्स, उसको लेके आप कितने अवेयर हैं, कितने कॉन्शियस हैं, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. दूसरा सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, सिंस इट इज गोना बी अ सिक्योरिटी जॉब, तो अपने इलाके को लेके व्हाट आर द मेजर सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स, व्हाट आर द मेजर क्राइम्स दैट आर हैपनिंग इन योर सिटी, इन योर टाउन, इन योर स्टेट, और उसके लिए तुम आपकी स्टेट वालों ने क्या क्या कदम उठाए हैं. आई होप पीपल फ्रॉम द साउथ, are you able to understand little bit of Hindi, right? We can make do with some Hindi. Wherever
sir.
you feel difficult, please let me know. I will shift to English also.
Sir,
Right?
we can understand, sir. Hindi.
Yeah, please. If you find any difficulty, please let us know. Okay. So you try to find out the major security issues, major security problems in your area, and then do a little bit of research. Maybe mention 2 points that will stand out. For example, from someone is from Telangana, तो वहां पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम है अगर नक्सल्स को लेके, कुछ recent initiative the government has taken, some technology they have introduced, something unique, so that you mention, because the board will be aware of that. They're dealing with these things every day, so that will tell that board that this person is very, very much aware of his immediate security setting. That will be very, very important. So then what are the solutions? This is about your own state I am first talking about. This is your biodata. This is how you have to approach the first step. All right. Any questions up till now? Please ask. Let's make it a more, collaborative discussion. Let's make it a discussion rather than a monologue. Let's make it a dialogue. Please pitch in.
Sir, can we expect a lot of factual questions? And what if we are not able to answer some?
Regarding your biodata?
Yes, sir. So,
See,
like
the thing
if they,
is- Please go ahead.
so like if they ask many factual details about my city, my state, or something else, and if I'm not able to answer that, sir, then
See, the thing is, they will not be knowing much about your state or city in that much detail. They will be asking only those things which are, known to the general news or current affairs, whatever will be there. For example, you are from a town, they may not be aware of the town, but they will be aware of a major thing that has happened in that town. तो आपको वो major thing आपको नहीं पता होगी, तो then you will cut some slack, right? So that should not happen. तो वो चीज आपको, अगर आगरा में जो yellowing of the Taj Mahal is happening, if some research team had visited there recently, and you are from Agra and you are not aware of that, that is not good. Okay? Yeah. Anyone else? Any other questions on this? Yeah.
Sir,
Please.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, here, should we cover humanities subject as well along with our academics?
Please be clear when you ask the question. So we are preparing for a personality development exam. Don't take this class as different from the mock test. This is a mock also. This is live mock. Be professional from now onwards till the exam happens. Don't let your guard down. Every moment is an opportunity to market yourself. So be crisp. I am awake from 6 in the morning. I have been awake from 6 in the morning. So I expect you to show some little bit more energy. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask,
I think
What-
someone else, I think Agent 023 first will listen to his question.
okay,
Yes, sir, here, Venkatesh.
Mhm.
Yes, sir, like we need to study humanities subject as well, sir, along with internal security subjects.
Humanities as in?
In the sense, polity and all, polity, geography.
I don't think so. But see, if someone asks you what is fifth schedule, you should be able to answer. What is there in sixth schedule, you should be able to answer. That is some basic information any serious aspirant should know, right? What is Article 50? You should know. What is Article 50?
Article 15, sir.
150.
I don't know. I'm not able to recall now.
Anyone can tell?
Separation of judiciary and executive.
Yes, exactly. The idea, this is not a test of your knowledge when they ask Article 50. It will be that this is a very basic question. For example, if they ask which article deals with the state of Delhi, because UT of Delhi has been in use for quite some time. Article 239 double alpha, something like that. So these things, basic things, आप ऊपर से brush up करो. आपको पूछेगा कि legislature और judiciary में how to maintain, what is judicial overreach, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए. But I don't advise आप उतना डिटेल में मत जाओ, टाइम नहीं है. बेसिक ऊपर से आप पढ़ लो. बेसिक पढ़ लो कि आर्टिकल्स कौन कौन से मेन है, शेड्यूल्स पढ़ लो, देन मेजर अमेंडमेंट्स. अब 73rd 74 ही नहीं पता होगा तो फिर दिक्कत हो जाएगी ना. ये तो बहुत बेसिक चीजें. ऑलराइट, या एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? आई थिंक
Yes, sir. Sir, what to speak for weakness?
Sorry?
They ask what if they ask, sir, what is your weakness?
that
Should
is,
we
I gave you 2 hour exercise. Now we'll talk after that. I think this question only you can answer, and I will not
Answer.
answer this question. This question, answer to this question, you have to find for yourself. I am not going to spoon feed here. I will facilitate your journey, but I will force you to level up. So tomorrow, all of you, those of you who are not giving mock tomorrow, do this exercise. Do a 2 hour exercise and know for yourself, because I can't tell you what is your weakness, right?
Sir, I know my weakness, but I wanted to ask, should I portray the real self for them? I don't think.
Please,
This
what do you think is what do you think is your weakness?
Sir, on a real note, sir, I have been dealing with certain health issues from February.
This is no weakness, right? This is a medical condition. This is a medical
And sir,
condition.
I'm emotional.
This is not these things not to be told in the interview. I'm emotional. No, these are not the things. And one advice,
I wanted to ask.
whenever you are asked to tell weakness, tell something which will not be counterproductive to your job. For example, I tell secrets too easily, then you're not fit for the job, right? If that is your weakness, don't tell this. This much honesty is not needed. If telling secrets is your thing, that's your weakness, you share people's secrets, this job is not for you. Anyone who does this. Because in bureau, if your left ear hears something, right one shouldn't know that. You have to maintain that amount of secrecy. So that is about it. So weakness वो mention करो जो job में नुकसान ना दे. इतना मैं बताऊंगा बस.
Sir, second question is how to deal with situation-based questions like ethical dilemma that they ask.
See, ethical dilemma always take a more pragmatic stance. ज़्यादा ideal नहीं बनना है उसमें. बहुत ideal अपने आप को दिखाओगे कि मैं ऐसा हूँ, हरीशचंद्र हूँ, वो भी नहीं चलेगा. And you show yourself as completely corrupt, वो भी नहीं चलेगा. आपको problem solving करनी है. When you are in the government setup, when you are at a place, you have to solve problems. What good is your honesty if you're not solving problems? You have to have integrity and honesty, but suggest solutions also. I would always advise solution-oriented approach is going to be the best thing. So solutions पे focus करना है किसी भी चीज का. कोई भी ethical dilemma है. For example, there is a situation that you are a district magistrate in a certain area, and there is a conflict between 2 groups. How will you resolve it? So more than taking the ethical part, you'll first quell that protest. You'll try to bring peace in that area, and then you will see the other ramifications. You have to do damage control. That is how I think you can approach this.
Thanks.
Others?
Sir,
More
may I
questions?
ask a question?
Yeah, please. First, introduce yourself, whoever is asking.
May
Remind the team. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Sir,
One by one, please.
sir,
Yeah.
may I?
Yeah.
Question is, sir, you mentioned that regarding the political science questions, sir, the basic articles, amendments, all these things, sir. Apart from this, sir, which subjects should we prepare, sir, for interview, sir? Like from which come the probable questions?
See, polity का मैंने बताया, political questions like articles and all these things. Apart from that, I think geography के जो major things हैं.
Sir.
For example, if they ask major things that were in the news, they ask Dhanush Kodi, you don't know where it is. That becomes an issue. I think things that are in news, you should be more aware of that. You should be aware of those things. And apart from that, I think economics का basic पता होना चाहिए, conceptual level पे. ज़्यादा detail में, I don't suggest you read अभी polity, history, geography की books. Don't read them. अगर कोई आंसर का जवाब, क्वेश्चन का जवाब नहीं आता है, politely say, sorry sir. That's the best thing. Right now, the focus has to be on contemporary issues,
Yes.
current affairs, India, and the international current affairs. Plus, as I've been telling in the mocks, the internal security, India's internal security. Note this, I think, first, let's complete. I think your question is over, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. We will move on. Please note down your questions. We will first try to, answer, take up topics that need to be studied. After the profile and the biodata, I think you should focus on India's internal security. Usme number one, as I've mentioned, I asked many people about the Northeast insurgency. Most of you were not aware, not able to name even 2 to 3 major insurgent groups. So that, if you do that in the interview, that's going to be really disastrous. So read in detail about the Northeast insurgency. Okay. What are the major groups? For example, Naga insurgency started Angami Zefu, Fizu. Okay. Uske baad, what is the current state? Whenever you read an insurgency, go to its history, understand the dynamics, come to what is the situation now. Also, what is the area of operation? Keep your video stable, I think. Yeah. Or you can put your video off if you have some work. Please maintain decorum in the class. Okay. When you're talking about Northeast insurgency, you're studying the Naga insurgency, study the area of their operation, which, first of all, the historical aspect, what were their major goals, why the insurgency came into being. All right. After that, how it has evolved over a period of time and what is the current state. Okay. Along with that, what is the area of operation? For example, Naga insurgency ka area of operation kya hai? Aapko pata hona chahiye. After that, what are the major factions of the Naga group? For example, we're talking about the Naga group. What are the major factions? After that, like how there is a foreign hand, foreign involvement, because we talk about the Myanmar angle here, we talk about the Bangladesh angle, we talk about the involvement of foreign agencies, ISI, the MSS of China, all these things. Okay. Similarly, for the NDFB, for the ULFA, for the KNO, and for the other insurgent groups, and how the original Northeast was carved out of Assam, that you have to understand, how things have shaped over a period of time. What are the border disputes? What are the border disputes between various northeastern states? Assam, Manipur का क्या है? Assam, Meghalaya का क्या है? Recent उसमें क्या developments हैं? ये आपको पढ़ना है. अब if you come to Assam, what is the issue of ULFA की main demand क्या थी? आपको एक लाइन में वो बताना आपको आना चाहिए. After that, what is the Bodoland issue? Is the Bodoland issue still active? What is BTC? What are the 4 major Bodo districts? Can anyone tell me? What are the 4 major Bodo districts? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, Kokrajhar, Udalgiri, Chirang, and Bastar.
Wonderful. That's the correct answer.
So what is
you have to read about it. Bodo militancy के बारे में पढ़ें आप डिटेल में. What is the BTC? Bodo Autonomous Council क्या है? What are the major districts? As she said, there are 4 major districts. That's a belt that borders Bhutan, Udalguri, Baksa, Chirang, and Kokrajhar. These are the major districts. What is the governance system there? Yeah, that you have to. Who answered this question?
Sir, me.
Okay, good, very good. Apart from that, also read about, as I told, border issues. and the influx from Bangladesh. बांग्लादेश से illegal migration. अब CA के बारे में हम बात करते हैं, Citizens Amendment Bill, उसमें we mostly talk about that 5 minority communities को allow किया गया है. पर असम में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? असम में 1971 की जंग से पहले से ही, क्योंकि एट्रोसिटीज शुरू हुई थी, तो वहां से इलीगल माइग्रेंट्स असम में आना शुरू हुए थे, बंगाली इमिग्रेंट्स. तो द प्रॉब्लम इज द लोकल Assamese felt that they will become a minority. There is this Kachar Hills and the lower valley area. वहाँ पे there is a lot of Bengali population. So they don't want the Bengalis to become a majority. They want to maintain their autonomous culture and their individuality. That is the thing. This is, I think, all about the Northeast region. When you read about Northeast, also read about the borders, starting from China का यहाँ से शुरू होके पूरा म्यांमार border. Upper Assam की districts कौन कौन सी हैं? That you should also know. तिनसुकिया, डिब्रूगढ़, वहां पे क्या क्या है, ठीक है. उसके बाद चाइना बॉर्डर में क्या क्या चीजें हैं. रिसेंटली गोरखालैंड वाज आल्सो इन न्यूज़. एब्सोल्युटली, दैट आल्सो यू नीड टू बी रीडिंग. ऑलराइट, these are the major things that we need to understand. Now coming to LWE area, I think you need to understand again history, polity, geography, uska A to Z. What is the major issue? Why are we not able to hunt them down? There are few reasons. There are some core areas, then core of the core areas. Dandakarnya region is mostly infected area. उसमें भी core of the core में अबूझ माड़ area आ गया आपका. Then these Naxals, they launch TCOC operation, tactical operations, and they are mostly living in forested tracts. For example, you have Chhattisgarh, you have Jharkhand, you have there Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, all these areas. तो जंगलों में वो रहते हैं. ट्राई जंक्शन तीनों स्टेट्स का होता है, तो तीनों स्टेट्स बोलेंगे कि मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं, तो भाग जाते हैं इधर उधर, तो उनको ट्रैक करना मुश्किल होता है. तो वहां पे ग्रे हाउंड्स बनाया तेलंगाना, आंध्रा में आपका है, हॉक्स है, फिर कोबरा बटालियन, ऑल दीज थिंग्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग मेजर्स, WHAM स्ट्रैटेजी, ये आपको मेंशन करना है एग्जाम में. WHAM, winning hearts and minds. This is an important strategy of the government of India. Okay. Apart from that, you should also talk about the recent data. MHA अपना data release करता है about Northeast insurgency, about Jammu and Kashmir insurgency, कि कितने इंसिडेंट्स कम हो गए पिछले 10 साल में. तो वो आप कोट कर दोगे, आपका आंसर और इम्पैक्टफुल हो जाएगा. ठीक है. इसी तरह आप कश्मीर के बारे में पढ़ो, आप मैरीटाइम के बारे में पढ़ो. इंडिया में जो डिफरेंट स्टेट्स के इश्यूज हैं, महाराष्ट्र में और कर्नाटका में कुछ बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट हुआ था. ठीक है. National policy and action plan. Help each other out. If you know something, help your friends also, because your competition is not with each other but with yourself. ठीक है. अगर आपकी सीट कोई नहीं लेके जाएगा, वो आपको ही मिलेगी. That is how I think you should be in a collaborative setup. Okay. And apart from that, this is all about India. अब इंडिया में आपको borders पता होने चाहिए. Like I asked, इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के कौन कौन से borders हैं? You have the IB, you have the LOC, then you have the AGPL, Siachen में, point NJ9847. Okay. Then you have the marine boundaries near Sir Creek, some part of that. Okay. बांग्लादेश के साथ बॉर्डर में कितना क्या चैलेंजेस है वहां पे कितना बॉर्डर है, 4096 किलोमीटर है, कितना है वो देखना है. ठीक है. फिर beg your pardon, you talk about maritime or maritime security issues. Maritime security में आपको जैसे अंडमान निकोबार में आपकी ट्राई सर्विसेज कमांड है, इंटीग्रेटेड कमांड है. What is the significance of that? That becomes very important because it is close to Malacca Strait. So it helps monitor Chinese aggression in that region, Chinese hegemony. China is trying to, control the Indo-Pacific realm, Indo-Pacific, stretching from Far East to, the African shores, Bab el-Mandeb and all that. It is making a Silk Route as well as its maritime route. So we advocate along with Japan, Australia, and all these countries for a FOIP, Free and Open Indo-Pacific. That is our strategy. And what are the steps we have taken for that? We have the Malabar exercise takes place. We have the SCRI, Supply Chain Resilience Initiative. We have a Quad. Along with that, we have bilaterals and trilaterals with many countries. Okay. So these are the things if you quote it in the answers in the interview, this is going to be, beautifully done. You will fetch some good marks there. Okay. About the islands in the South Pacific Ocean, Saga Doctrine, absolutely. About India's initiatives in countering China in African continent. China has a lot of military bases, building, amping it up, including the Djibouti में उनका जो military base है, Mediterranean में it's kind of expanding its presence. How we are trying to counter that by economic investments in the region, also try to increase our partnerships with various countries. So these are the things you need to understand about the maritime domain. And when coming to the Middle Eastern region, that is the hot topic these days, you should be thorough with India's relations with these countries: Israel, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, all these countries, Egypt, Turkey, surrounding countries. Apart from that, Russia, US, these are the major ones. You should know major points. Just note 5 main points for each country. Don't go in detail. Just 5 points, 5 headers. For example, Israel के साथ हमारा क्या है? बराक है, हिरॉन है, फिर और 2 चीजें लिख लो. वाटर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में 30 सेंटर्स ऑफ वाटर एक्सीलेंस है हमारे यहाँ पे. और हम क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, हम मोसाद के साथ किस तरह का कॉपरेशन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, उस तरह की कुछ आप डिफेंस डील्स किस तरह के साथ है. अब यूएस के साथ हमारा कुछ था, हेलीकॉप्टर इंजन का कुछ था हमारे पास. I2 U2 इज देयर डेफिनेटली. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट हम वी आर ट्राइंग फ्रॉम फ्रांस के साथ हमारा सैफ्रॉन के साथ हम वो को जनरेशन ऑफ जेट इंजन्स वी हैड दिस. it didn't come through. Our prime minister did go there, but it didn't come through. But these are the things you can mention. But nuance your argument. Nuance your argument very, very nicely. That is, I think, going to be useful. So I think that is broadly I've given you the idea. If you work on these lines and articulate your answer properly, I don't think there is any reason why you're not making it to the list. Any questions? My throat is giving up. I've been speaking since morning now. Please ask a few questions. Give me some rest.
May I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, as you told about the particular state in which we belong, so with respect to that state, we need to cover politics also.
No. They're not going to ask you political questions. You need to know
Okay,
about this.
sir.
I would suggest you to focus on security aspects and major things. कुछ news में कुछ रहा हो वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. That is about it. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कुछ important चीज हुई हो और आपको पता ना हो. That is the idea. Anyone else?
Sir, I have a question, sir. Sir, according to you, what would be the best source to prepare all these things that you have told?
Internet, YouTube. Go on YouTube. Go on internet. Read widely. Make short notes. Very short
Okay,
notes.
sir.
Crisp notes. 2, 3 for every topic. Just 3 to 4 points. Plus more than points. यहाँ घुसना चाहिए दिमाग में. Understanding होनी चाहिए उसकी. YouTube is the best source.
Yes, sir.
Lot of videos will be available there. I would suggest you can watch them. And don't get caught up. Quagmire. It's a quagmire. You will get caught up in that.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, when I am trying to do this strategy, there is so much thing that comes up, and it's like bewildering our mind. So it makes.
I don't suggest reading books at this moment. I would suggest you follow the newspaper daily, read the editorials thoroughly, and along with that, I think YouTube and maybe just random, just put on the Google में आप topic डालिए, news में जाइए, जो 4-5 major articles आए हुए recent उनको पढ़िए. पढ़ना पड़ेगा, बिना पढ़े नहीं होगा. But किताब पढ़ने
related to security.
Sorry, हाँ, कोई भी topic हो गया आप डाल दीजिए, हिजबुल्लाह डालिए, हिजबुल्लाह के 5 आर्टिकल्स पढ़ डालिए, आपकी नॉलेज ठीक हो जाएगी बिल्कुल. फिर उसको आप समझेंगे तो आप अच्छी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बना के उसको एक्सप्रेस कर पाएंगे आप. ठीक है?
Thank you, sir.
और कोई सवाल किसी का?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Sir, with respect to the question regarding the state news and the place that you belong to, the state, I've got good amount of news. For example, Hathras stampede happened and Operation Kavach is going on, and organized crime is a thing in Uttar Pradesh through the Nepal border. But with respect to Lucknow, I got only crimes that were individual or local. For example, someone killed.
वो नहीं. छुटपुट news नहीं follow करना है. I think follow something that is of some magnitude, something that is of bigger ramifications, strategic, something that has
Right.
state-wide implications or national implications.
So for example, if they ask for about, let's say, 5 news from your own city, and if you get to, like, let's say there was a case of cybersecurity and all, and you can mention that, then can you mention a bit of history? For example, there was the 2007, there were the blast in the High Court of Lucknow and all that.
Definitely you can do that. Yeah, if you
Yes,
have a background, you should tell that. Imambada के बारे में पढ़ लो, because some people are
So I
history
recently
connoisseurs.
visited there, so like
Yeah.
it's there.
No, टुंडे कबाब पूछ लेंगे भाई origin कब हुआ? They can ask these questions.
So like
So
because my
what is the idea? कुछ ऐसा बताओ जो उनको सुन के मजा आ जाए. देखो इंटरव्यू में एक तो नॉर्मल नंबर मिलेंगे, आप अच्छा करके आओगे, आपको डिसेंट नंबर मिल जाएंगे. एक होता है इंटरव्यू का दिल खुश कर देना, कुछ ऐसी बात बता दो उसको इमोशनली टच हो जाए, तो ही विल गिव यू दैट एक्स्ट्रा बिट. फॉर दैट एक्स्ट्रा बिट मे बी यू हैव टू वर्क इन एक्स्ट्रा बिट एज वेल. वो थोड़ा सा एक एक्स फैक्टर कुछ तो लाना पड़ेगा, बट एक्स फैक्टर के चक्कर में don't miss the wood for the trees. That's the idea. Yeah.
So
You're
for
saying
example, if they ask something about Lucknow, and like it is an interview for national security, but for example, Lucknow is very famous for its very good schools. For example, it has Lamatania, which is only 3 branches. One is in Kolkata and one is in France. So can we mention these unique points if we are aware about that? If they do not directly relate to national security.
That is very elitist. That is very elitist. So I would rather suggest be a more commoner.
Right.
Let's not go into royalty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good. How is the preparation?
Sir, it's going good, sir.
For other old students, and he's a good one at that, and he's been a consistent performer. We wish to see him in the final list. All the best.
Thank you,
sir. Others, any questions? We'll take a few questions and we'll wind up in 5 minutes, maybe max 5-10 minutes. You can post your queries. कुछ भी आपको लगता है, कुछ problems आ रही हैं, आप बात पूछ सकते हैं.
Sir, one thing I had doubt was that some answers, like regarding to current events, if we are giving lengthy answers, organize and make it more crisper.
Your voice is breaking. Can you please ask again? It was not audible clearly.
Sir, I'm saying that some answers are getting lengthy in the aspect of current events. Sir, should we focus on more making it more crisp and organized? And if so, then sir, how we should like organize it?
See, for that, the idea is you have to understand the essence of the topic, as I've mentioned. Understand the essence, and once you understand the essence, try to put it in your own words. I would suggest not cramming it. I would suggest first उसको समझो टॉपिक है क्या वो, और वो क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा गया है. आंसर व्हाट इज आस्क्ड, नॉट व्हाट यू नो अबाउट दैट. ठीक है, उसमें आप क्वेश्चन को समझो और क्वेश्चन को आंसर करो ब्रीफली, और इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स को आप पहले लेके आओ. ऐसा नहीं होगी हिजबुल्लाह के बारे में आई आस्क समवन and you tell this is happening, that is happening. First, hit the nail on the head. What is Hezbollah? It's a Shiite militant organization based in southern Lebanon and it's backed by Iran. That's it, done. Then you go ahead, what's happening, pager attacks hua, Nasrullah ko maar diya, ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, that comes later. First, hit nail on the head. Okay, so that the examiner understands that you know what the topic is. He has the understanding. Hit the ground running. Don't make him wait. Answer should be crisp, but you should give him the fodder as well. You give the examiner, the interviewing panel, the fodder to give you marks. And in every answer, if you give a couple of good points in between, he will always give you good marks, right? The focus is on expressing nicely also, but if it's peppered with good data and facts, that's icing on the cake. Any other questions from your side?
No, sorry, this was all I wanted to ask.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. So should I focus more on Delhi?
I think Haryana कर लो, करना चाहिए. Elections हो रही थी, तो ये तो बनता है आपका करना. हरियाणा की elections के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ लो. Little bit major parties क्या क्या हैं, leaders क्या क्या हैं, उनको पढ़ लो. क्योंकि elections हो रही हैं, इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है, दिल्ली में तो ज्यादा है नहीं पढ़ने का, हिस्टोरिकल प्लेसेस है.
हाँ सर, लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर और इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट का टक्कर लेके।
हाँ वो पूछ सकते हैं, वो डेली सर्विसेज बिल के बारे में दे कैन आस्क दी टेक्निकलिटीज ऑफ दैट, दे कैन गो इनटू दैट एलजी के पास क्या पावर है, क्या नहीं है, क्या हुआ, फिर इस तरह का कुछ कुछ दे कैन आस्क कि इफ द फाइल गोज टू द सीएम वेदर एलजी कैन, तो इस तरह की चीजें कुछ वो पूछ सकते हैं टेक्निकल, थोड़ा सा पढ़ लो उसको, है ना। ऑर्डिनेंस को लेके पार्लियामेंट में कुछ हुआ था इशू, है ना। क्वेश्चन, you should read about your graduation, but don't go in too much detail. Just give a cursory glance and read about the applied part. What is your graduation in? If it's technical, then I don't suggest going into too much detail. Political science, then I think you have the fodder. आजकल वही सब चल रहा है, IR पे ही न्यूज आएगी, तो आपको you will be expected to answer in with much more clarity about the issues that are happening around the world.
Sir,
They will expect
may I-
much more. Yeah, please.
Sir, I have also completed my graduation in political science. So, do I need to cover the political thinkers' ideology, means like Karl Marx and Plato and Aristotle?
If they ask you what is the idea of good, then you should be able to answer. If they ask you that the real is rational, the rational is real, who said this statement? You must be able to answer that the statement was given by Hegel. All right. So these are the things. What is Immanuel Kant's idea of categorical imperative? You should know about this. If they ask, shall I cover the optional subjects? Which optional subject? Civil services. This is not a civil services exam, right?
Sir,
So, yeah.
Sir, you just told about that we should know about the course if we had a background in political science. So I have this hobby of reading, sir, just like philosophical books, a bit like literature. So if they ask me like what is your favorite book or like which literature book has influenced you most, so like I should answer it like in a more political nuanced way, or like I should like be original about it. Like it's a bit.
What is original about? Tell me both the answers, then I'll see.
So like I wrote in my notes that the most influential book for me was 1984, written by George Orwell.
George Orwell.
Yes, sir. So like the book was based upon like a state which is very dystopian in character.
Dystopian era, yeah.
Yes, sir. Like the surveillance state and
other one.
Other one was, sir, Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. So it was more about like alienation, the impact of capitalism on an individual. Like these themes
You can mention either of these if you have a good understanding, if you have thoroughly read these books, if you have the idea and you can present it in a nuanced manner, why not? Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
See, the idea is if they steer you into a difficult territory in these topics, you should not be flustered. If they talk about Murakami, they will take you there. Then Norwegian wood, if they take you there and other things, you should be able to answer. If they take you to Sapiens and the other books of Mr. Harari. So the idea is when you talk about, you cannot limit yourself to one book. Okay. When reading is your hobby, then reading couple of books doesn't make it a hobby.
Yes, sir.
You need to have, at least if you haven't read, I would suggest read the summaries of a few books of the genre which you are specializing in. For example, you mentioned about 1984. Of the similar genre, I think you can go and read a few summaries.
Okay, sir. Okay,
yeah,
sir.
but since it's a security exam, I would advise आप ज्यादा इनको अगर मिडिल ईस्ट में लेके जाओ या इन टॉपिक्स पे लेके जाओ और इनको अच्छे से पढ़ो, उनका जवाब अच्छे से दो, तो वो आपके लिए ज्यादा फायदेमंद रहेगा, क्योंकि इसमें फंसाने के स्कोप बहुत है.
Exactly,
मैं चाहूंगा मैं 2 मिनट में फंसा दूंगा आपको अगर मेरे को मौका मिले. वही चीज है, तो थोड़ा सा अपने आप को पंगे, नॉलेज दिखाने का एग्जाम नहीं है, क्लियर करना, हमें एग्जाम क्लियर करना है ना.
थैंक यू सर.
That's my advice. Last 5 minutes, guys, please shoot, and then we will conclude today's session. Last 5 minutes. Any questions? Anyone can last? We'll take 2 questions, 2 more questions. Feel free to ask.
Sir.
Sir, while introducing, what should we put forward and what we should not put, sir? Like what we should not say.
Sorry?
While introducing, sir, ourselves,
Okay.
what we should say and what we should not say, sir. Like
You should say something which you can defend, and you should not say something which you cannot defend. That's the simple thing.
the sense, in the
Right.
sense, we will fumble like while introducing ourselves, sir. So should say a strong point or like how, sir? Like
अपना स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट बताओ ना कि ज्यादा कहानी मत डालो उसमें. सिंपली टेल की ग्रेजुएशन यहाँ से कर दी. दिस इज माय होम टाउन. देन start with your hometown. This is my hometown, and they can ask questions on that. Then prepare it. Then you tell, I have done graduation from this place or this college. Then a few questions can come. Mention strategically so that you want them to answer questions from these areas. Okay.
okay.
And then you mention graduation subject में किया. अगर उसमें जवाब आप देना चाहते हो, नहीं तो subject mention मत करो. Okay.
Okay.
And
should we mention our
Mhm.
should we mention our like I have done the job? Should we mention that one also? Like
job, if you've done, you have to mention. There's no choice.
okay.
In that part, there is no choice. You have to mention that. Yeah. And if there is some strong area in your job, like you specialize in something, sir, I'm working in this department and I specialize in this. And then they'll ask questions on you. फिर जब बोल दिया ना खुद से कि मैं specialize करता हूँ, फिर उसमें you will
Okay.
have to answer. Otherwise, your marks will be cut.
Okay.
Last question, guys.
Good evening, sir. So 1 minute. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, I wanted to ask one question, sir. As I have done my masters in mathematics, so now, sir, to revise that stuff is a Herculean task for me, because I have to undergo that the theoretical portion.
Integral calculus is an interesting thing, but then
to revise that part is a bit Herculean task, sir.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Even they won't ask you. They won't ask you from there. I don't think they can ask you a few things. How mathematics has driven human history. You know, is mathematics a philosophy or not? Then you weave some poetry there, some poetry of numbers. I mean, in your own way. So I would suggest, jokes apart, you should focus more on the major things about your subject. Maybe some theories that can be asked. Some theories, some major theories, and what are their practical implications and applications in the today's world. How mathematics has changed the course of human history. If I were to ask, I will ask this question to you. How has mathematics shaped the course of human history? Then they can ask you about Aryabhat, zero.
Yes.
है ना? उस तरह के सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं. पाई का वो एग्जैक्ट वो पूछ सकते हैं कि 3.14 आगे कितना है, कितने डेसिमल्स तक जाता है. Some interesting questions they will ask. They will not go into the आपको इंटीग्रेशन नहीं कराएंगे वहां बिठा के.
Yes.
वो नहीं होगा.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Any other questions? Okay. So guys, I think we come to the end of today's session. I hope the session was fruitful for all of you. You can share your feedback for the session. How was it? Did it help you? And what are your expectations in the coming sessions that we'll have in a few days' time? And what kind of assistance you would require in your journey in the next 2 weeks?
Session was quite nice.
Sorry? Be a bit loud. See, I don't need dull people. See, I want Josh.
Sir, session was very nice,
I
sir.
want full Josh.
Sir, session was very nice, sir. Sir, regarding some help, sir, like this, sir, the important topics that we are telling, sir. Actually, sir, I have one doubt, sir, like IB is mainly focusing on internal issues of India only, no, sir? Sir, but for interview point of view, we have to focus on internal issues as well as like external, like Hamas, Israel, Palestine, Gaza.
What do you think? What do you think?
Yes, sir. That's what I wanted to confirm, sir. Like
no, you tell me.
Sir, because the time is very less with us, no, sir. Like if we focus on Northeast, we are unable to Yes,
it
sir.
is less for you, na. They will ask
Yes, sir.
questions. They have all
Yes,
the time
sir,
in the
yes.
world. They will
Yes,
grill you
yes.
like anything.
Sir.
So it's not that IB is focusing only on the internal security. You may be posted abroad as well in embassies as first secretary also.
Sir.
So
Okay, sir.
so,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
so don't knowledge is never limited by the boundaries that were created by man. They transcend
Yes, sir.
boundaries and even the cosmos. Okay. So I would want you to, venture into deep galaxies when it comes to knowledge. Don't limit yourself Indian shores itself. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Chalo guys, let's call it a day and happy studying. Wish you all the luck. Let's meet tomorrow in some of the mock sessions. I think tomorrow, election results are there. So I'll be busy with some media interactions tomorrow. And late afternoon or early afternoon, we can plan the mock sessions. Please communicate to your friends also. I think I'll get it put in the group as well. And that's about it. मेहनत करो, stay confident, exercise वगैरह करो, दौड़ लगाओ, meditation करो, मस्त रहो, enjoy करो, ठीक है? All the best. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
See you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good luck. All the best. See you.
Thank you, sir.